Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee Corner. With you here, episode 11. With you, as always, me, Tim, and your co-host, Daniel. Daniel, say hi.
Hello.
So, all right. Today, last time you guys may have seen, we were talking about the coronavirus because we sold out. Um,
Yeah, we're just done with that. I regret that episode.
yeah. But um, today we're going to be talking about routine. Um, kind of morning routine. I think mostly morning routine.
Mostly a morning routine, because
Right.
that's the whole vibe
Yeah.
behind the podcast.
Right, because it's Coffee Corner. I mean, like,
Mm-hmm.
come on.
That's our whole thing.
If you were listening to this on your way to work, remember that your coworkers are still humans, not human punching bags. So please do not hurt them.
And even
All
if
right.
they tick you off,
Yeah.
they're still trying their best in whatever situation.
All right. So starting off, we've touched on this a little bit with the whole dreams
Mm-hmm.
episode, but morning routine can affect your whole day.
Oh
Just the simple things you do. I listen to music whenever I wake up.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh, it gives me a little pregame pump. So, and then I also make coffee. That's part of my routine. I usually make that at my 9 a.m. class. Um, and for anybody who doesn't know, we are cyber schooled, so we got time on our hands, time on time. So,
Yeah, we're at home all
yeah, all right, that's most of our routine.
day.
um, but this gets me into the mood of productivity.
Yeah.
Because if I'm keeping my brain moving and if I'm keeping my body moving, then I'm going to keep on circulating through that the rest of the day.
And like it can be something as simple as our our first point, making the bed. According to a study done by CNBC, uh, they interviewed each of them that they interviewed a large group of people, which is a common practice in studies like this, and 34% of them reported being more productive at work,
Yeah.
and 58% said they were productive just in their general life.
Just by making a simple bed.
Exactly. Now, for the non-bed makers, far fewer describe themselves as very productive. Only about a fifth, while 63% said they were productive. It can also be something like cleaning. According to the National Sleep Foundation, decluttering your room uh, and creating a dark, clean space allows you to sleep better.
Yep.
Papers and clutter can make you feel restless, and make you sleep a little bit uneasy. And you, of all people, should know that.
Yeah. And I just want to touch base with that whole morning bed thing.
Mm-hmm.
I usually do this after school at around 12. Um, and I don't normally do this first thing in the morning because my brain isn't moving like that, and that's why I do the little pregame music pump up.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I started doing this is because I found this one speaker that I was listening to, and he was saying that whenever you're making your bed, whenever you make your bed in the morning, it gets one task completed out of your day,
That's one task, and then
and it's one task, and that will lead to more tasks being completed. It'll,
Mm-hmm.
it'll lead to more productivity, and yeah, and as you were mentioning with the room as well, having like a cleaner space and everything,
Mm-hmm.
um, it helps a lot. Because it's another study that was done that
I need to work on that one.
yeah, um, but but that having a cleaner room and environment will set you in the mood to be productive and get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
And you apparently you shouldn't mix your desk time.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't mix it too much with
Your bedtime.
yeah, with your bedtime. So you shouldn't be like sleeping at your desk because
Yeah,
then that sets you in the mood of this is where I sleep.
exactly. Whenever you do work in bed or schoolwork in bed, it starts to change your mindset in that location from this is a place of sleep to this is a place of work and productivity. So that's where usually your brain will start to be like, hey, I need to be working whenever you're trying to go to sleep.
And that's where I kind of arm wrestle with my desk, because I play video games, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gaming, but I'm also doing school and also filming the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So you have things like I have procrastination going on because I'm like I could really use some games right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I pause and then I play games or I listen to music and I get distracted in that. And uh, it's just you have to have that good balance.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this many times, but you have to have a good balance of both of those things of work and fun, both at your desk. Because if you don't, then you're just going to see it as one drowsy ball and chain,
Mm-hmm.
or you're going to see it as a giant arcade. Um, and you have to have a good balance of those, so you get in the mindset of, hey, work can also be associated with fun.
Yeah.
You know, what I'm doing can be fun sometimes. Why does that have to change so much?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but generally, I keep my workspace clean. I have a sign that says "relax" on it, and every time I'm like getting stressed out about a homework assignment, I look over to the
What is
relax.
that? What does that sign say?
This is vibe to do vibe.
Okay. Is it Jodo? Judo?
Jodo?
What does Jodo
No,
mean?
to do
Oh,
vibe.
to do.
So it's like a
Vibe.
to-do list, and it's like quirky
Okay.
and it's funny,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. And there's also coffee.
Yeah. I always gotta have that.
Always gotta
Um,
have your coffee around.
this is also where I drink my coffee. So,
Yes.
it's
Nowhere else better to do.
so no offense, but generally you have a messier
Yes.
desk than the
I'm
usual
willing,
person.
I'm not too proud to admit that. Yeah, I do. I'm not.
So how do you find that changes? Do you think that
Are
it?
you talking about my desk or like?
Yeah. Does that make you more productive?
For me, my desk. Uh, Whenever it's cluttered, it makes me less productive. Just because it puts me like whenever I have a bunch of plates, like dishes,
Oh yeah,
I need
yep.
to take care of, or paper towels, or like if I was just cleaning something, and like if I was cleaning one of the things, like dusting it off, I'll have dust everywhere, and yeah, no, that slows me down. However, I do have a lot of items on my desk. I have a lot of. I have the one picture of our grandma. I have a lot of stuff. And most of it, and even if you don't believe it, a lot of it it brings me a little bit, a little
Hmm.
sense of joy. Whenever I'm sitting there, I look up from my laptop every once in a while, and I just remember all these very fond things from the past, and it's a
And
very nice thing.
I do the same thing with my desk because my desk is full of things that I love and that inspire me. So what you may not know is a lot of these things have a very special place in my productivity. I look at the snow globes, and if you guys didn't know, I have a snow globe collection.
No
It
idea.
used to be massive, but our cats broke basically all of them.
Cat.
Cat, yeah. Um, but whenever I look up at him, I see where I've traveled because I get a lot of travel places. Like Gettysburg, I have Michigan, I have Sacramento. I didn't go to
Oh, we didn't
Sacramento.
go
That
to
was my parents.
Sacramento.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was our parents.
yeah, and yeah, I just look up at
Disney.
that, and then that gets the memories rolling of what I did
Mm-hmm.
and how much fun I was having. If you look,
Sorry, I just never noticed your Fantasia one.
yeah. I also have a lot of foxes because a fox is my favorite animal.
Mm-hmm.
They're very
You should see the amount of
yeah.
horses.
They're very inspiring to me because they're creative, they're sneaky, and they're a little bit on the curious side.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like the animal a lot. It looks really pretty, nice red. I have sparkling water stuff, but I also have this one snow globe that's I think I've talked about it before, but it's a picture. Well, it's a mini Mickey Mouse snow globe,
It's
and that
from
one is set
from the
apart
movie
from everything.
Fantasia.
What?
Fantasia. That's what it's from. It's a Mickey Mouse
Oh
from
yeah.
Fantasia.
So I have this Mickey Mouse one set apart from the other ones because whenever I look up at that tells me to be creative. I've actually thought of a lot of the subjects of this,
Mm-hmm.
like of the podcast, just by simply looking at.
The stuff around.
Yeah, I'm just no, not even that. I
Just
just
this one.
I'm like, whenever I look at the Mickey Mouse thing, I'm like, okay, be open minded,
Mm-hmm.
be a little bit creative, because Mickey Mouse is a creative thing, and not to be, not to
Now that
be,
you're painting,
huh?
now you're painting. I think the painting would
Uh,
inspire.
I think actually the painting actually makes me feel more controlled.
Oh, really?
But yeah, because if you guys we have a painting course thing that we did. So basically they show you how to paint one specific thing, and we all painted it. And it actually kind of controls me. It's a lighthouse and some water and a sunset with some birds in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it, but it also tells me to be controlled. Yeah, it holds. I also have one picture of my brothers, just in case. We have some brothers that travel a lot, so I get to see that. I also have my my
Swimming
trophy,
plaque.
yeah, for my swimming black. I got the districts that year. That was a good year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those are just some of the things that inspire me. But I look over at your desk, and you got the same thing going
Oh
on.
yeah,
It's a common theme.
yeah. I got pictures all over and all that, and yeah, it's like I said, stuff like that. It's like and like that kind of I guess it kind of like it's just the minor things that can improve your day, just like a small box plushie that will bring you a bit of a smile in the morning, and even a balanced meal. Uh, I found out there have been a few studies, a few different studies that have linked eating a good balanced breakfast uh, to good health, better memory, concentration, lower levels of lower levels of bad cholesterol,
Right.
and lower chances of getting diabetes and heart disease.
Now, if you want to check off, if you want to do the opposite of pretty much every single one of those, go get breakfast at McDonald's.
I never feel good if we get breakfast.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
I mean, here's what I love. Okay. This is one of my favorite things that occurs in the morning. Our mom occasionally, this is very rare, will bring us if she woke up before us. She'll bring us iced coffee, and sometimes like McDonald's breakfast, which I love. I still love. Um, but it's not as good as like bacon and eggs, fresh homemade with orange juice and stuff like that. Um, but she also sometimes would bring donuts. And I would love that because I'd get straight up and I'd cross two of the things that I was gonna do in the morning completely off, and I don't have to worry about those things anymore. I don't have to worry about making you and me coffee and mom and stuff. I don't have to worry about making breakfast, making sure I get my food.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get that breakfast, that makes me so happy, and that shows me that the rest of the day is going to be fantastic.
Yeah. The recommended balanced breakfast to start off your day right should be 50% fruits and vegetables, 25% protein and rich foods, and 25% whole grain and fiber rich carbohydrates.
And I think this goes without saying, but oranges and bananas are power fruits
Mm-hmm.
for starting your day off.
Oh yeah.
Some people are just making like smoothies out of bananas and everything.
Oh yeah. Smoothies are
Oh, they're
great.
so good. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's an odd way to me. I'm kind of on the iffy side of having a smoothie for breakfast,
Right.
because breakfast is the most important part of the day. Everybody knows that, and it also gets you ready for the rest of the day.
Well, having it like I feel like if you're gonna have a smoothie for breakfast, you also need to couple it with like something like
You have to treat it like a food.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're just gonna be thinking of it as a smoothie,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, I didn't have food."
It needs to be coupled with like something like a toast
Yeah.
or yeah breadsticks. Not like nothing over the top, but it needs to be coupled with something. And it's better than and if you it's better to get at least some nutrients in you at the start of your day than just getting nothing at all. Skipping your morning meal can throw you off your body's rhythm of
Oh yeah.
fast eating,
Oh yeah.
and when you wake up, your blood sugar in your body needs to make more muscles and make your brain work.
And this also applies with going to bed.
Oh yeah.
Before you go to bed, you probably shouldn't eat, because you're not gonna be really burning that in your sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you burn some amount of calories in your sleep just from shaking around. Yes, you do.
Just from moving.
Right,
Just
right.
from
Just
moving.
from moving. And if you eat a ton of food and then you go to bed, I mean, you're gonna be stuffed, all right? And you're not, and that will, and you can't burn that off as easy as you would in a normal day. So,
Well, yeah, it's all about your digestion cycle because once you're asleep, your body shuts down your digestion cycle. So whenever you're not eating, it's just absorbing all that fat rather than using it towards something because your all of your body's functions are put in basically low power mode.
um, another thing that I want to touch on, just one last thing. Um, routine can easily be broken if you don't keep up with it.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, uh,
Easily be broken if you can. Yeah.
right. For instance, I have if I didn't make that cup of coffee in the morning for everybody else, not only is Daniel gonna be drowsy, but I'm gonna be drowsy,
Oh
and
man.
I'm I'm probably gonna get in that mindset of, oh, I don't have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have to, but it's nice for not only me but everybody around me. You know, and then I start slipping into that habit of slowly not doing that. So if you're doing a routine all of a sudden, and maybe someday you can't do it or you don't want to do it, then you're going to start slipping in that habit of not doing it, and you need to get back on that. So if you have a routine that is very important to you and you enjoy, that I would suggest not breaking that as much as possible because it can be broken within a second and it's kind of hard to get back on. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. Um, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for all the support recently. I've been getting a lot of suggestions on Instagram. Um, and yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love you all. Subscribe, like, and comment down below. I kind of have to say that. So, and yeah, have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace.